This is 3 goats at odd man in. Let's look at the goaties. And there's their mom, ignoring them because she's busy eating. We are going to get in a fight. I'm going to stand in my food dish. I'm going to bite up. No, I'm playing. They're wrestling already. They're only like a week old and they're already fighting. What's happening there? He's carrying you. Then this one's like, hey, I'm gonna get some food. This one's like, I'm gonna jump on top of my sibling. Look at you. Hi. What are you doing? He's like, what are you guys doing? I want to play too. It's a little different for triplet goats to be born. So these guys are lucky because they've got, you guys have each other, don't you? You guys are best friends. Hey, look, a pig. Look, there's a pig out there. Well, I'm just going to try to beat you guys all up. Two baby goats. Oh. I'm tiny. I'm going to jump on top of you. You're the crazy one, aren't you? He's the crazy one. Look at you. Are you trying to conquer your brother? I'm conquering you. I'm the alpha goat. Oh. Moxie. You little goats. What's your name? Oh, hi, beautiful. Hi, little goat. Will you let me pet you yet? They pretty much... Oh, look how cute you guys are. I know how to jump better than any of the other goats. You're the rooster. You think you're cool? Oh, I'm jumping on top of the hay. Don't lick my ear. Okay, she knows how to do it too. You know how to jump too? Oh, nice. I can't remember which one you guys all are. I think you're Beaker, right? Are you Beaker? Are you Beaker? Is this Beaker? We don't know for sure. And then, let's see, this one is, the tiny little one is Yo-Yo, right? And then this black one is Roxanne, right? Am I getting it right? Are you Roxanne? And your mama is Moxie. Beaker. I'm gonna climb on top of this hay. I like to jump. I like to jump on stuff. Look, I'm on top of it. Almost, almost, almost. Are you the king of the mountain? Are you the king of the hay pile? Oh, don't do that. Don't climb on your sister or your brother. Oh, you guys are best friends. Oh, hi. I hear you. It's Yo-Yo. He's making baby goat noises. Beaker's over here. I'm just going to jump up and down because I can. What's happening here? Oh, look who it is. It's Gracie. A pig argument might ensue. Noxie, it's okay. We're in here. We're in the pen. We're safe. Are you taking a break to drink? Oh gosh. Ollie. He's just gonna walk around and wreck stuff. He's gonna go. I'm galloping. Whoa. You're drinking from our mom. Odd Man Inn is a rescue organization located in Washougal, Washington. Josh and Wendy Smith have turned their home and property into a sanctuary for farm animals. Many have been abused and neglected or abandoned. Many were being raised to be eaten. Some were beloved pets that had to be rehomed when their families couldn't care for them anymore. At Odd Man Inn, they all get to be themselves. They are safe, they are cared for, they are loved. It is my favorite place in the world. Trixie, 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 Trixie,
Can I see my big butt in your video?
Trixie. Do you want to be in my video or not, Trixie?
Oh, look, you went up here.
Trixie. What do you want to say? She thinks I'm taking a picture, so she's trying to be still. Okay, bye. She's saying no press.
No, thank you. Yeah.
I have no comments at this time.
No paparazzi.
What about this one? How about eggs? Eggs, do you have any comments to make? How does it feel to be colorful eggs? How do you feel knowing that people are probably going to eat you? Do you have any comments to make?
None.
Why?
Photoing me, and I don't like to be on film.
Mom, do you have any comments to make?
I don't. Not at this moment.
Why?
Busy creaming stuff in the fridge. Okay.
Squash, do you have any comments to make?
Yeah.
Is it a
Spaghetti.
squash?
Spaghetti squash. All right.
Trixie!
Chuck this. Yeah, it went from sun to it's going to rain again. I'm going to throw this in that.
What about me? Self, do I have any comments to make? No. No comments at this time. Ooh, this one wanted to talk. Yes? Yes? What was that? Okay, that was it. This is a boring video. Goodbye. It's already started. Okay. Why do you keep turning it down?
I can hear you singing.
We're going to Chicago immediately. See if you can see Chicago in our video. There's Chicago. Can you take a video of me for my thing? Here's what you have to do.
Wait, what?
Can you take a video of me for my blog? You have to.
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
It's already filming, so all you just have to do is watch
Already
me.
filming?
Yeah, I turned it on.
Mickey Mad, her frame. I found she has 7 in the first, it's turning the second. She turns and waves to the ground. Lets it fly. Hook in that ball. She gets a nice. Looks like another 7. 7 more for Nikki. Let's see if she picks it up. This is where the tension sets in. There she is. Let's it fly. Oh, heading towards the pin. Breaks nicely. Oh! No way. Too bad.
There's my dad. Here he goes. I hope he does it before this thing runs out of time. Oh, missed one. There he goes. He's gonna get it. He's gonna knock that one down. Yeah! Good job!
There we go.
Hi, this is me, Nikki, and I'm making another video for my vlog. Sorry if I'm a little awkward. This camera always kind of confuses me because it's backwards or something. Like when you're looking one way, the camera shows you looking the other way, so I don't know. It's very difficult for me to realize where I should look. So I'm just gonna like look wherever and probably not even look at you. I'll probably just stare into space. That's probably the best way that I actually talk, is by just not really looking at anybody. Alright, so there's a couple things I've wanted to be talking about. And one of them is that I have been, I'm not sure, I wanted to like see if other autistic people or other people in general experience this. But like lately, or like for a long time, even if I'm really happy, then like just, I don't know how to explain it. Like being happy is just like a distraction from being sad. It's kind of like my default feeling is really low and really sad, and it's not even for like any specific reason. Like I'll just be eating dinner and then suddenly feel sad, like a sinking feeling. And I'm like, whoa, what was that? But then that it's there, and like it doesn't take it doesn't take a lot of things to make me happy. I'm not like a downer or something, but I mean little things make me happy, like seeing the sunset or seeing rainbows. But then like, then 5 minutes later, then when I'm going back to like my normal state, that normal state is usually like sad. And I've been struggling to deal with that because nobody wants to be sad all the time for no real reason. Because like you can't really do anything about it if there's no reason. Like if I was sad because I don't know, somebody died, you could like do different things to help cope with that, but my sadness is just like random, like there, it's just like there. So, I don't know if other people have that or if they have ways to deal with that. It's kind of like I just live like if you know the zones of regulation. My zone is usually blue and yellow. Yellow is like more anxious, and sometimes I'm happy. Yellow could be like really happy too. So yellow is like anything where you're either like really happy or you're a little nervous or you're just not calm. And then green is where you're just calm and content, and then blue is where you're like sad or sick or down in the dumps. So I think I'm always in blue or yellow. I hardly ever get to red, which is like being really angry at people. I don't get that, but it's like blue or yellow all the time. Blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Blue and yellow makes green. So I don't know what I. Maybe it's because I miss my parents. Like I'm in Chicago right now visiting them, and I wanted to make this movie now because I know that like I'm going back to West Shugo in like a couple of days, and once I get there, I know I'm gonna be sad and I might not have the energy to work on this movie anymore. So I wanted to get it done before I go. And I don't know what to say. I just get lonely. Mostly I just get lonely. I miss my mom and my family. And oh, I don't know. I don't know how people experience that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is the Autism Acceptance Month, or it's also called the Autism Awareness Month. I would say acceptance because I think people should accept it. Alright, a lot of people, like, okay, there's sometimes a lot of tension between autistic parents of autistic kids and adult autistic people. And the parents of the autistic kids, they tend to do things like they'll write blogs and they'll talk about their kids and they'll kind of complain about autism or say that autism's like the bane of their existence. And then like we just got to get rid of autism. We have to make it gone. We have to make it disappear. And people who are adults with autism, sometimes like me, we don't really want autism to disappear because like that affects so much of your life. Like you don't really know. Maybe your life would be better or worse. You don't really know, but it's just such a big part of your life that you don't really want it all gone. I mean, I don't want to be somebody else. I'm cool, be myself. I think like when sometimes I compare it to like Down syndrome. So kids, people always think that like kids with Down syndrome are always happy and they're always peaceful and they're always full of hugs and they're just the greatest little things on earth. But sometimes people kind of talk about kids with Down syndrome as if they were like Cabbage Patch Dolls or something. Kids with Down syndrome can have a lot of behavioral like challenges. They can be very stubborn. They are very clever. A lot of times the kids with Down syndrome will find their way to get what they want or what they need. Even if they have limited communication skills, they will figure out some way to do that. They can be mean, like the little kids. I've known a lot of little kids with Down syndrome who like bit people. They like to take off their clothes sometimes. Like when I was working at sensory camp, there was a kid who liked to take off his clothes on the playground and then pee. Yeah, that was like, and another kid where I worked with at a summer school who had Down syndrome also liked to take off his clothes when it was time to go to the school bus. I don't know, they don't want their clothes sometimes. I mean, you can't speak for like you can never say like all kids with Down syndrome do this, but I'm saying is, in general, kids with Down syndrome are much more complicated than the old. They're very, sweet and loving all the time. There's more to them than that, because they're people. They're people. No person is like one-sided. People are complicated. So Down syndrome, all right? So a lot of the parents of kids with Down syndrome, like there has been suggestions that people could screen for genetics and then like not have the kids with Down syndrome. And a lot of families of kids with Down syndrome would say like they didn't want that. They didn't want their kids to like not exist. What they wanted is for the world to be easier for their kids to exist in. And like with Down syndrome in particular, it also comes with a lot of in additional challenges that you wouldn't even necessarily think of. For instance, they are more prone to heart conditions. They are more prone to getting cancer for some reason. There's a lot of things like that. But the families of kids with Down syndrome are not, they're like more positive about it. And a lot of people with autism parents are like, oh, this is not something we should celebrate. We do not want to appreciate autism because autism is really bad. I don't think it's maybe because like if your child had Down syndrome, you had their whole life to get used to it. You probably found out when they were born, and you probably started accepting that your child had Down syndrome, and you probably started learning about it and embracing it. And if you have a child with autism, you probably didn't know they had autism for a long time. And so, when they're a baby, they might have just seemed like a baby, and you thought that your baby was going to turn out to be neurotypical. This is my quote fingers. Neurotypical. You might have thought that or assumed it, and then like little by little, you might find out that your baby's different, and I don't know. Like that might affect why some parents are like, oh, we gotta get rid of autism. But my theory is, okay, some parts of autism suck, and we can get rid of those parts. For me, one of the sucky parts of autism is being anxious a lot of the time and not always communicating well with others. But if the world could be taught to communicate with me, or if people that I was going to be around, like not the whole world, but the people who I was going to be around could meet me in the middle, then, some of my life will be easier. And I don't want to not be me. I'm fine to be me. I'm fine to be me. I like my life most of the time. I don't want to become somebody who wasn't autistic because I don't know who that would be. Like, would I still like animals? I don't know. I've never been anybody but autism. And so what I would say to people who like don't want to accept autism or like, oh yes, don't get autism. I get that there are many parts of autism that are hard. I get that there are little kids who smear their feces on the walls and little kids who you can't take anywhere because they'll scream. And we should be trying to, find ways to reach those specific little pieces of autism. Make it easier for your children to exist in the world. Make it easier for them to be a part of the world, helping them find their place in the world. That's not necessarily going to be curing them from their autism. It's going to be more like figuring out what their autism is and what talents it brings to them and what different different mindset it brings to them and using that. And I don't know. If they smear poop on your walls, that's probably gross. But you can get through it. Hopefully it's not forever. You get like ABA therapy or something to help deal with those particular problems. But we don't have to like totally eradicate autism, right? Like we can be like the deaf community. People who are deaf, they don't want to not exist. They don't want to not exist. They're proud of their deafness. They're proud that they're deaf. They didn't ask to be deaf. They didn't join in on a deaf club. They were born this way, and they are proud of it. And they embrace how they've they've become, and they've found different ways to cope and live their lives. And that's what I would like for us to be able to do, is just be a community. I don't know what else I want to say. That's what I wanted to say for autism. And why does my nose look really orange in this camera? Have I been eating too many carrots? Right, so I guess I'm going to end this. I'm going to keep adding more to this video. You never know how my videos end up. I hope this is a good one. Bye! We're buying a camper, but not really.
Bathroom?
Look.
Don't open the
This is-
bathroom, my head's in the way.
Don't open this bathroom door.
Right.
Look, this one has, it's like a bedroom. Did you look in here?
Cut through the bathroom, yeah.
Can I open the door yet?
You can.
Are you in there?
No, my head's not in there. Don't open it hard.
Are you right there?
Yeah.
How am I going to get out of the bathroom?
You gotta come around the other way.
Okay.
It's not where you went either. It's in the funky.
Can I go look in the other room?
I don't care. Shut the door when you come out.
I just want to see it
We're
for...
going down one.
What's in this door?
Well, it gets the slide.
Oh, how do you go in here?
Slides out. You can't, when you park, you slide it out.
I'm just going to put my... Oh, I see, I see. Okay, now...
Huh?
Bathroom, yeah.
Ooh.
Leave it at your feet. No, this is weird. Not so much like it. The other one wasn't bad, the hideout.
That Joy was perfect.
The couch. I'm making a... We're shopping for RVs. This one is a big one. What? This is the bed. If you were on the bed... Oh, nice! Whoa. There's another bed. Hey, where are we going? Refrigerator. Refrigerator does not work. Who's knocking?
Come on out so I can shut the door.
Movie. This is me riding in the car with my grandparents. My grandfather, Bop, we call him.
There you go.
And there's Nona.
Hi.
And then in the front, I don't know if you can see it.
Hey, I've got a group of 9 people coming over by you.
Hi, we are at the airport, and my mom was able to walk us to the boarding gate, but I was really sad and having a lot of anxiety because I don't want to go and leave them. But I'm going to see them in 32 days. But this is Lily. She's my service dog, as you can see, and she goes with me, and she usually sits on the plane with me. And this was the first time my mom got to walk with me to the gate, so I think that helped with me not being so upset. And Lily is here, and she wants to eat the other people's food that they're eating over there. Lily, say you're sorry. Okay, this is it. I'm going to end this film until we are in the airplane. Lily, say hi. We're on the airplane. We're on the airplane. going? And Lily. Come on, let's go find Aunt Mary. Let's go find Auntie. Let's go find Auntie. Lily and I just got off the plane. Lily is really excited to be home. And if I say, let's go find Auntie, she's running. Come on, this way, not bathrooms. Keep going. I'm still a little sad because I wish I was back with my mom.